Indians football head coach Russ Murray. Coach, round one went our way, man. 44-0. You guys tore it up on all facets of the game.
Yeah, I was proud of the kids' effort. You know, we challenged them in practice last week. You know, to start fast and hard and keep the pedal going, and they did. Throughout the whole 4 quarters, they did a great job with that. They did what we asked to do.
It really did. Four quarters. I mean, even when you put the second crew in, they kept at it.
Yeah.
They kept on the gas.
Well, they get a chance to play. These kids want to score too. We don't call any plays that or trick plays or whatever, but they can't stop us running the dives that we run, and that's their fault. But I'm gonna commend Seminole. They played hard the whole game. They're young, and they played hard from start to finish. And, Coach Stiegel, he can be proud of his kids' effort because they did a great job, I thought, as far as fighting and getting after it. And we just rose to the occasion, and we had them all day at school because we were off for school, and I kept telling them, we're here for a reason. You can have fun after the game, and they did that.
Yeah, that's a lot of mini school. We made that trip a few years back. You and I talked about it last week. That is hard, and they do it in one day. Get over here, they're sitting around for a couple hours, and then still got to play a 3-hour football game.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah. If you've had to make that, I know a lot of people have gone over to Eufaula and Lake Eufaula over there, and that's Seminole's close to Lake Seminole, whatever over there. Georgia's not only a tall state, it's a very wide state, and you can truly, when you make that trip, you know that you're in the biggest state east of the Mississippi. It's something else. It was a long ride, and I remember coming back, when we came back from there, it was like 1 or 2 o'clock, and we were just in Valdosta.
Yeah,
we still had to go, still had to come home. It was something else,
It is a ride, especially over there when you're coming through those woods. There's nothing out there.
Yeah.
It's just, oh my goodness. But anyway, let's talk about the first half, Coach. And y'all come right out of the gate. And Lily was having a good game, but I tell you what, I was really impressed with King and the Williams boys.
Yeah.
I mean, they tore it up.
Yeah, they did. Jalen's been playing some good ball for us to come region play when we need it. We're getting him. He's playing some great. He's not only playing well, he's leading. He's a quarterback. He's a complete quarterback now. He's leading the guys out there. We have our offensive practice, so he's like a coach out there. And he started well, and Kyle really caught some great balls, and we just, like I said, we started fast, and we stayed that way. The offensive line was flying off the ball. A lot of people ask me, well, they didn't block as good as they did it. Yes, but they were all up in the box on us. They challenged challenged Jalen King and our receivers to have a good night. They were playing so far off of them, and they had everybody in the box. Sometimes they've got 8, maybe 9 people in the box, and it's hard for our 5 offensive linemen to block them. So that's why you saw the rolling that you saw. We're going to Coach Stevenson does a great job on picking out what the defense does, and we're going to do what we can do. We're not going to try to do things that we can't. I mean, that's kind of crazy. So, we have our plays, we have a lot of different plays that we have at the beginning of the year. I told you when we started region play, we scrapped a lot of the plays we had. We just, honed down what we had, and we just ran those through. And this week, like I said, they challenged our receivers and challenged King about, you're not gonna give it to Lily that he's gonna run all over us. We're gonna stop him. And but he ended up getting his yards too. But that's because Jalen threw the ball well, and Kyler caught it, and Jamari caught it, and Elias caught it. And we did a great job on that.
He did. He made some huge catches too.
Yeah.
Elias really, especially coming. The one I remember specifically is coming back this way, over here on this sideline. He's 6'7", and he went about 75, I think.
Yeah, he caught the ball, and we've been telling King for 2 years, you got a guy as tall as him, throw it high, let him jump up and get it. And he did throw it. A couple of them he threw, he had to jump up and hit, he's probably the only guy on the field that could have called it. And he did a good job. We would joke around with him about, well, you're really only 6'6" because you've been 6'7", you would have scored when you stretched out there at the end. And you know, I think it was like next to last touchdown or whatever. But he did a good job. All the guys did well.
You know what I was impressed with too, with the receiver corps Friday night, was the yards after the catch.
Yeah.
The second effort was phenomenal Friday night.
Yeah, they got the balls in their hands and they made something happen. First of all, you know, the hardest thing is securing the ball, securing the catch, and anything after that is bonus. And they did a great job. They surely did. Once they called it, they were able to get extra yards.
Those quick passes on the outs, that's really working. And then the guys making those moves, especially Williams number 3.
Yeah.
He made a nice move the other night, got another 25 yards after the catch one time.
That's right.
That's how you get it done. On the defensive side of the ball, Coach Hagan and his crew, man, they fixed the shutout Friday night, Coach.
They did an excellent job. You know, Coach Hagan's, he's been around a long time coaching football and playing football and coaching football, and he's seen all kind of offenses and he's got a plan for just about everything. I got a color printer, so I print out his play call sheet every Friday, and I look at it and I kind of bewildered at it sometimes, all the calls on it, but he knows the defensive guys, they know exactly what it says, and I know enough about it just to be dangerous with it, you know. But he does an excellent job. I think what he does the best is relaying the information to the kids. Because it doesn't matter what we know, if we can't get it to the kids and they execute it, then it's no good. And he has a good relationship with the kids, you know, he's one of them. You know, he came up here and you can tell, and that's not knocking any other guy we've had here before, but they really hone in to what he's got going on. He knows how to deliver, he knows how to talk to them, he knows how to treat them, and they really respect him and listen to him, and they bought into what he's got going on.
They're buying into it, like you said. Yeah. That's huge. When the kids are buying into it, he's sneaking past the camera right out, Coach. I think he was around the corner listening in.
That's right.
Hey, second half of the ball game, young man for Seminole went down. Everybody in the world was concerned about him, and I know you posted on your Facebook.
Well, I talked to the coach. Well, I talked to Dr. Jans and I talked to the coach, and he was released that night. It was some minor injuries. Of course, stuff. Dr. Jans is a great doctor physician. I mean, he checked him out, and when the kid stood up, he was kind of dizzy, so, you're not going to play with that, just like, and he said, put him back down and we're going to get you checked out. And he went over there to St. Mary's or to Kingston or whatever and got checked out and was released. It was certainly, football is a sport that stuff can happen, and that's why we stress the kids about wearing their equipment the proper way. And even though you do, injuries happen, and they happen in all kinds of things. You just hope and pray that you try to do your best to avoid it. And luckily for that guy, that he's okay.
Well, that's good. We're glad to hear that. On the other side, with them on the offense, I think did they ever cross the big field? I don't think they did. Did they ever get into our territory Friday night?
Well, yeah, they did. But we did a good job. They got down at one time like 30, 25 or something. We did a good job. We didn't have to bend all the way like you were saying. And we were I think our speed overwhelmed them a little bit, and but we were just focused on, hey, we got to get the ball back in their hands. And Coach Higgins and the defensive coaches, Coach Swing and Coach Wilds and Coach Whitmer, he's up there spotting. He's doing a lot. He does a lot of that work that we don't know about. He's up there spotting and telling both the offensive and defensive coaches on what's going on. Their main goal was, okay, let's get the ball back in their hands and we can score. And they did an excellent job with that.
The whole staff did a good job. Special teams, it's pretty good. I had one little hiccup, but other than that, great.
Well, yeah, Garrett finally got to kick a field goal, and we called another one. He missed a little chip shot, and the thing is, the only thing that went wrong was he lined completely up wrong. Coach, his dad, Coach Stevenson, said that he turned his foot because he looked at the guy that was, I mean, you can block everybody. There's one guy probably going to come through, but not get close to blocking. But he kind of looked. He said he turned his foot. Well, I see the orange shoes, but I'm not paying that close attention to it. But what I saw was he just lined up wrong because it went straight as an arrow off to the right. I'm glad it didn't get hung up in that palm tree over there. But you know, the one he hit for about 30 out. I think that thing went in the apartment complex out here over the field house. But you know, he's really got a great leg on him. He punts well too, and
you make that call every time.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't feel. I'm not hesitant, I guess, to make a call to kick a field goal. There's been several times this year, as early as the U-League game, that we were going to kick a field goal.
Yeah.
And the reason why we didn't kick a field goal is because we got the first down. And I remember one time in U-League, we were 3rd and 8 on about our 25, and we got the first down. You know, ended up going and scored a touchdown. I think the only time I was hesitant to call a field goal was over there when we played in Brunswick in that monsoon. It was just too wet, and we never, you know, got in that position to kick a field goal. There was a couple times we were going to kick it in the air, and we didn't. And clinch, we had that one where it was 4th and 1, and I looked at the clock and I said, they got too much time. I don't want to give the ball back into it because touchdown would win it for them. And you know, so. I let you know, we decided let's get it, and Jalen King did a good job pulling it and scoring a touchdown. You know, and I was like, ooh, well, you know, at least we are up on them by a touchdown. You know, they'd have to get the touchdown and the 2-point conversion or whatever. So, but that's why I didn't call it in. But I would call it in a heartbeat. You know, go back to the first game when we played Jeff Davis. You know, we were in overtime and we stopped them. And we immediately got the ball. I could have just called, hey, let's go out there and kick it, and end it there, you know. But he's done a good job. I'm confident in him and Robert. And I jinxed Robert. Robert was like 24 for punts and 35 for PAT snaps, and had a bad snap. And I said something to him at halftime, so I'm not going to talk to him anymore. So, all right, you stayed perfect, that's good. And he had that bad snap on the next to the last. I don't know, one of the touchdowns we scored on the other end down there by the gym. But yeah, we had a couple hiccups, and we've worked hard on that this week. You know, they get a lot of time to practice by themselves, and they've worked on it. I think G has been kicking short distances at an angle. He's done a lot of work, and all 3 days we've ended practice with. We always do the PAT, but I've always moved the ball over and kicking a short one from the right and left just to make that angle, because that's a tough angle, you know.
Yeah, I noticed after that, right after that happened, went down. Well, at one point, it was halftime, and I saw him out there working almost immediately on that.
Yeah.
Brent Stevenson out there working on that.
Yeah, he's and G's driven too. You know, he's coach's son, so he knows what coaches expect from, because he's been going, you know, since he's been crawling. This is his daddy coach, and so he knows what we expect, and he expects probably that and more from himself. And he's going to be a good one. I mean, you know, next year he's going to have to play. So he's fast as a cat now. You're going to enjoy watching him play some receiver next year, I think, too. But I still expect him to be the kicker he is, for sure.
Your band of pride. Your daughter's in the band. They did a fantastic job Friday night.
Yeah, they always.
She's on the dance team or something over there.
She's amazing.
I'm trying to get you some footage.
She's a majorette. Yeah, they always do a great job. I mean, we've got the best band I know in Class A, and I know we do, and no doubt about it. And we got one of the best bands in the whole state. You know, we're not maybe as big as the Lowndes, Bridgman, and you know, I watched Ware County's band the other night, and they're a little bit bigger, but I think our guys sound just as good as they do. Mr. Hershey does a great job. You know, they're not only doing the marching band now, they're doing their symphonic stuff, and they played a concert Thursday night. That's what we were talking about last week. You know, I was in a hurry to go to that, and it was excellent. And you know, they're so talented. I love just sitting and listening to them. If you close your eyes and listen, you think you're listening to, you know, some 35-year-old adults that have been training all their life. And they do a great job. I mean, they're, you know, you can go in the band room and see all the accolades they have throughout the state, you know, over the years. And yeah, they're a great weapon to have. You know, I found out when, you know, we played U-League, the bands can play. So next year when we go to West Nassau, I know Mr. Hershey will have them fired up playing the whole time. Because the referee said, well, we're not worried about the band. So, you know, it's kind of different. Down there they can do that, that's right.
Well, they don't know what kind of worms are open.
Well, that's that, you know, Mr. Hershey's going to enjoy that, but that's on down the road. But I'm super proud of Ellie and the band, and you know, I was in the band in high school. I'll tell the kids now, what? Yeah, I was in the band from 5th to the 12th grade, and so I respect what they do, and they're such a great asset for us, for sure.
Florida High School Association might change their rule after we visit West Nassau.
Yeah, they could. Yeah.
Hey, before we dive into Dooley coming up this Friday, anything else you want to put on from this past Friday?
Excuse me.
You all right?
Yeah. Well, I'm just proud of the way the kids played and their effort. We got that the win and got to the round of 16, and you know, pretty awesome. I'm proud of them for that.
We'll take a break.
Well,
we're going to take a break, y'all. We'll be right back.
Chemours has done a really good job with inclusion, hiring people from all different backgrounds and walks of life.
Women do work out in the plant, that we're not just administrators. Process technology is something you can do. Being a maintenance technician is something you can do.
It's open for everyone, even if you don't have experience.
We're going to train you.
There's definitely room for advancement.
The opportunities are there.
When is the last time you updated your family photos? Don't wait weeks to see your photos. Book now with Fab Photo in studio and see your foolproof gallery within 72 hours. Jessica is a natural and studio light photographer ready to capture any event you have. Jessica is also known for her creative nighttime photos as well as her one-of-a-kind custom athletic photos. Contact Jessica today because you and your athlete deserve the best. 276-0925.
It's lunchtime. Come on down to Whistling Dixie and try some of our fantastic sandwiches. We even have wraps. We can put them on a pita bread for you. And hey, don't forget, we have those great salads, chef salads, chicken salad plates, tuna salad plates. It's all good. Remember, we have that wonderful Bluebell ice cream, all your favorite flavors. Try a double scoop waffle cone. You can even mix and match your favorite flavors. And for a quick pick-me-up, come on in for a delicious cappuccino or a small shot of espresso. Either one will wake you up. So come on down to Whistling Dixie. Let us serve you. And go Indians!
Since 2009, Southeastern Automotive Group has been buying for and selling to most of the franchise dealerships in the area. What if you were able to bypass the big dealerships with the big markups? Buy direct from the supplier. Save thousands of dollars on your next vehicle purchase. Have a trade-in? No problem. With used vehicles in such high demand, Southeastern Automotive Group has dealers ready to buy your trade. If Southeastern Automotive Group doesn't have the perfect vehicle for you, using their vehicle locator program, they will have it shipped in without any hassle or haggling you hate. With over hundreds of thousands of cars available at auctions across the nation, your next vehicle purchase is just a click away.
UFP Folkestone, the #1 site-built construction plant in Georgia, is now hiring for multiple departments. We've been around since 2016, and we're located in, you guessed it, Folkestone, Georgia. Around here, we're more than just co-workers. We're like family, and we're part of an international family of companies with a long history of promoting from within. So if you like to work hard and get rewarded for it, this is the place for you. Check out our openings at ufpi.com/careers.
In your time of need, give Rob Robertson a call at 912-496-7388. Shepherd Robertson Funeral Home says, "Go Indians."
ESP Specialist of Fabrication is located at 169 Little Phoebe Church Road in Folkestone, Georgia. President Mark Pickering and his employees utilize the latest technology with a skilled workforce to supply customers with the best custom fabrication possible. Serving clients at home and abroad makes ESP a premier employer in Charlton County. For all your specialty and fabrication needs, contact ESP at 912-496-2583 today. They're also on Facebook at ESP Specialist Fabrication. ESP is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet.
Hey everyone, this is Kid Dean, sales manager at Walker Jones Honda. Today we're looking at the 22 Passport. Just inviting all of y'all out to come check out our inventory.
Right now at Walker Jones Honda, new 22s are in stock and ready to roll. Like this new 22 Honda Passport Trail Sport all-wheel drive in stunning sonic gray pearl. Her 3.5-liter engine has power to spare and still gets 24 mpg on the highway. Come on down to Walker Jones Honda, home of the lifetime warranty. Lifetime Honda, the power of dreams. Walker Jones Honda, Memorial Drive in Waycross, and online at walkerjoneshonda.com. So check supply deal for details.
The trash, or you don't get no spending cash. If you don't scrub that kitchen floor, you ain't gonna rock and roll no more.
Don't talk fast.
Just finish cleaning up your room. Let's see that dust fly with that broom. Get all that garbage out of sight, or you don't go out Friday night.
Don't talk fast.
The Coach Murray show, Coach is recovering from his
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was, but sometimes maybe something flew in here. You know, the smell in his locker room. But anyway, it's what it is.
Hey, Coach, we were keeping an eye on things. Our game was pretty well in hand. We kind of knew what was happening from the third quarter on Friday night. So Sammy, we're kind of keeping an eye on that Dooley thing too, and Dooley comes out on top. I got to ask you about the call. Did you hear about their call? At the end of the game, Dooley's down by 1, and they go for 2 and win. That's a gutsy call.
Well, yeah.
With a playoff on the line.
They're, I've seen the film and I saw that their kicking game isn't that strong. From what I could see, the punter, I'm sure he's lined up and kicking a lot of extra points this year. And that's, you're on the road, go ahead and take care of it, And that's what they decided to do. Gutsy call, but hey, it's over with. It happens a lot. Brunswick season was ended like that. They scored first and high school went for 2 and 1 that thing. It was over with. That was overtime. But anyway, they just decided, hey, we're going to win it now and be done with it, and they did. And that kind of tells you about what kind of team we're playing. We're going to play a team that will get after you, and we expect that.
That says a lot about them, don't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. They're going to come in and fight us. It's going to be a hard. They're 6 and 5. They're in the same, for folks that don't know, to kind of give them a point of reference. They're in the same region with Wilcox and Telfair, our old Region 2 opponents.
Yeah. I think they finished third in that region. They're athletic. They're fast. And we played Dooley before, and that's what we saw. They like to throw it around, and they got a little scatty running back that can run, and they got some big bodies on the defense and offensive line. I don't have a lot of kids, but that's what you run across, in our league. But you don't have to have a lot of kids. You just have to have 11 out of their time that can play, and they do a good job. We certainly need to be prepared, need to be up for the challenge that we're going to face. And I think our kids are. We've got a good week of practice, and we're just going to do, I guess they're saying we're going to do what we do. We're just going to, try to win today. That's what we're going to do.
And you've been very consistent on that all year long. I've tried to pick your brain and get what the surprises are for Friday night, but you said it every week. We just do what we do.
At this point, we've got 10 games behind us, and we just have to rely on what got us here and try to not repeat the mistakes that we have, And I mean, you think about it, you go back and look at your first game you did this year and compare it to what we did, we made it like a whole different team offensively.
Yeah.
And defensively, you know, we've got some changes in order too as well, because of the personnel we're playing this week. And, you know, and Coach Havens and Coach Stevenson, they do a good job of film, excellent job, and, you know, they show me what they want to do, and shoot, it's their offense and their defense, and, you know, yeah, that's what you think we're going to be successful at, let's do it. And that's what, you know, we do what we do. That's all I can say.
Hey, I do like you say, we do what we do, but the passing game the last 3 weeks has really improved so much that you can't just, if you're doing, you can't just come in here and concentrate on moving. You still got to keep that defense honest out there.
Well, that's true, and I'm so happy with what we've got going on right now. You know, that that King is reading defense. He's throwing the ball well, because that does. You know, you got to stop two things. That gives you something to think about. If you got to stop one, maybe you can stop that. But you got to stop two. It's hard. Yeah. You know, we've ran into the same problem when we played teams. You know, that have a good running attack and can throw the ball. You know, it's a nightmare because you got to be ready for everything.
I mean, y'all start looking at film probably Friday night about 10:45, didn't you?
Well, I guess so, yeah. Well, me and Stevenson were sitting around looking at his house, because we got to send our film off to GHSA. They got to have it by 9 o'clock in the morning. And, you know, we get it loaded. Garrett does a good job, but he uses our internet was working here now, so he sat in our computer. We have a meeting room. He loaded it up. So it's loaded, and I rode over to Coach Stevenson's house. We had a pizza, and his wife had a pizza and whatever, and we downloaded it, we sent it off to GHSA, and we couldn't help but start looking at doing it.
Oh, okay, so y'all get right on right the next day.
Well, you know, we look ahead, and I look ahead because I'm not drawing the schemes out and stuff. I mean, I'm looking at, you know, I've looked at Lincoln and Wilkinson and Bowden. I look all over the place, but you know, I kind of do that. That's one of the reasons why I subscribe to NHS because I can see all the games and you know, just kind of get an idea about stuff. But yeah, we really look at Saturday and we bring the kids. You know, we started doing that this year. We bring the kids in on Sunday afternoon and have some hamburgers or some pizza or something like that, and sit around and watch film. And I enjoy doing that instead of taking Monday. And we do it. You know, we come in like at 4, and they're usually done by 6. So if they go to church or stuff, they're gone. But instead of spending our whole afternoon of Monday in there watching film, we've already got that done.
Yeah.
You know, they've already seen film. They have it loaded up on the Hubble account, and they've already, this is what Coach was talking about. You know, we saw the film together, and that's been a great thing for us this year. But yeah, you know, film's a great thing. You need to use it. You know, and so you need to start using it. Yeah, use it as soon as you can. That's right.
Hey, what do for our fans that are going to be here in the stadium Friday night? What do our fans look for out of doing? They're going to spread, wing, what do they do?
Well, they're going to be multiple, like, you know, they're going to be lined up like us. They're going to run your spread stuff. They got a couple tall receivers, and they run real well, and they'll try to get it out there to them. Like I said, they got a little scat back and big bodies. So they're going to see, I kind of describe them kind of like Turner. You know, how Turner are athletic, you just look at them and athletic, and especially like Turner was last year with those big bodies they had. They'll see a team like that, you know, and a team like that can give you a fit, you know, for 4 quarters they can. We got to start strong and stay strong, you know, just go 48 minutes and then worry about celebrating stuff when we're done.
Stay on the gas because we just saw what Billy will do.
You can't let them stay around. You know, we got to go ahead and let's get a gap somewhere. Not that you'll go easy, but I mean it'll be a whole lot easier for us if we can get a gap somewhere. Yeah. I mean, who knows if we're going to have to go 4 quarters just getting active. We've had, you know, it's been a while, but we've had games. Well, no, we had the clinch game. You know. Tight, you know, we've been battle tested this year, so I think our guys will be up to that, but as their coach, it's sure a whole lot easier to watch a game. You're up by a couple of scores. At least the team has to score 2 times before they get ahead of you. So hopefully we can do that. If not, then we'll just grind it out and play to the end.
All right, hey coach, we got obviously GHSA playoffs, so we're Go Fan.
That's right.
Go Fan on the tickets, still $8. I don't know either. But anyway, it's on Go Fan. So go to Go Fan, the amount will be there, pay it.
I think it's still 8 for us, but it could be as high as 10. They switch at some point, but I don't know when they switch.
Yeah. We got to Go Fan and check that out. And as far as out of town, now if you're in this town, we need you in that stadium. But if you're out of town, like our military, our alumni that live elsewhere and all that, we're going to be on YouTube this week, not in FHS. So we urge y'all, we have a bunch of stuff up, so we've got that covered. So we'll be on YouTube Friday night, coach, and not in FHS. Anything else you want to get up on that? We just got to pack that stadium Friday night.
Yeah, that'd be great. I hope everybody comes out, and because kids sure do feed off of the energy that the crowd gives them. And I tell you, I'm gonna give a shout out to the student section. I love listening to them. They're right there behind us, and they do a good job. And I hope they're in full force too Friday for sure.
I know we put the camera on that student section, the band a few times after y'all scored a touchdown.
Well,
it's hopping over there.
Well, it was good. You got the baseball players, and they've had their success, and they played for the state championship last year, but they're up there cheering just as hard as like I was for them this spring. And that's what's good about a small school. Root for each other, and I like seeing that, having school spirit all the way across the board, So I look forward to them being there Friday, and I look forward to everybody being there Friday, being as loud as they can.
Yeah, we got to pack it out, y'all. Y'all be here and be here. If you see somebody walking down the street, Go Fan and bring them in, right?
Yeah, that's right. Buy them a ticket. That's right.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all Friday night live from the swamp at Champ Bailey Field. Thank you for watching the Coach Murray Show.
Yep, yes, sir. Now you have to edit my hacking phase out.
Allen Aldridge Insurance, located in Kingsland, Georgia, is proud to serve the communities of Charlton and Camden counties, offering life, home, car, and business insurance. See Andy Gowan today for your insurance needs. Phone 912-729-7600 for more information. Protecting you is what we do. Gowan Aldridge Insurance is a proud sponsor of the Charlton Sports Network. Seasons Floral, located at 4415 2nd Street North in Folkestone, Georgia, has all of your floral needs covered, from Valentine's to birthdays and weddings to life celebrations, proms, special occasions, or just to say you love that someone special. We deliver as well. Call 912-496-7043 and we'll assist you with any floral need at Four Seasons Floral.
Georgia's own credit union has been putting the needs of our members first for more than 85 years. That's banking on purpose. At Georgia's Own, you'll get better rates, fewer and lower fees, and the assurance of knowing that your success is what matters most to us. We have over 30 offices throughout the state to serve you better. So come on in. All Indian fans are welcome to join. Federally insured by NCUA and an equal housing lender.
Charlton Electric, serving Charlton and surrounding counties with over 20 years experience in both commercial and residential services. Our electricians can meet your needs. We offer installation on whole house generators, service upgrades for mobile home services, troubleshooting, ceiling fan and light fixtures, and much more. Call us today for an estimate, 912-496-4528. West Folkestone Auto Supply is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sports. For all of your auto and big truck needs, go by and see Sammy and his staff today. They have everything from lawnmower blades to parts for big rigs and heavy equipment. CarQuest Folkestone Auto Supply is located at 4439 2nd Street in Folkestone, Georgia. For all of your parts and accessories, it's CarQuest Folkestone. Go Indians!
For nearly 20 years, Georgia's electric membership cooperatives have made Friday night football electrifying. As the official energy provider of the GHSA, Georgia's EMCs are proud to support high school athletics in the communities we serve, standing behind every hike, every completed pass, and every team celebration. Because we know that today's high school athletes are tomorrow's local leaders. Georgia's EMCs.
Okefenokee Sportsman is locally owned by Fred and Rawling Coley, who have loyally served the people of Folkestone, Georgia, and surrounding counties for 17 years. Hunting and fishing supplies, as well as live bait, are our specialties. Join us on Saturday, October the 10th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. to mix and mingle with vendors from the hunting industry and enjoy live music from Matt Knowles. Local, loyal, and laid back, Okefenokee Sportsman.
Family-owned Valancourt Construction, established in 1945. Valancourt is constantly seeking out new markets and opportunities, as well as state-of-the-art construction technology. We consider this vital in order to provide value for our customers, career opportunities for our employees, and a bright future for our organization. Valancourt is a proud sponsor of the Charlton Sports Network.
Gant AC Heat and Electric, located at 141 West Love Street in Folkestone, Georgia. They service all makes and models of air conditioning and heating units, electric and plumbing supplies, blown installation, appliance parts and service, as well as sheet metal products. Gant is a proud sponsor of the Charlton Sports Network. Go Indians and the Band of Pride.
Folkestone Furniture on Main Street has the largest selection of home furnishings in Charlton County. We'll feature different items every week throughout the season. Stop in and see what's new in Folkestone Furniture. We have bedroom suites, living room suites, dining room suites, and so much more. Come in and see us today at Folkestone Furniture. Greetings from Folkestone and the Crossings, fine clothier and gifts. We carry just the right apparel for our southern weather. Stop in, shop, and enjoy the finest southern hospitality from the Crossings. Fine casual wear to weddings and proms as well. You'll find it at the Crossings.